Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's debate. Should Donald Trump be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize? I'm Rachel Lorne, your moderator. We have Marcus Hayes, former defense analyst and staunch MAGA supporter. Marcus will argue for awarding Trump the prize. And Ari Mercer, Democrat, satirical commentator, and policy analyst. Ari will argue against awarding Trump the prize with her usual wit and incisive humor. We convene this debate in a very timely context. Just days ago, a ceasefire was brokered between Israel and Hamas in Egypt. 20 living Israeli hostages were released and 28 remains were returned. Leaders from over 20 nations attended the summit in Sharm el-Sheikh to support this historic development. Marcus, Ari, thank you for joining. Let's start with your opening statements, 2 minutes each.
Thank you, Rachel. Let's not sugarcoat this. Donald Trump has achieved something most people thought impossible. Under his initiative, the Gaza ceasefire brought real results, hostages released, talks resumed, and a blueprint for future peace outlined in the 20-point plan. This is not just optics. Trump's leadership forced difficult negotiations with Israel, Hamas, Egypt, Qatar, and even Turkey. He has shown that diplomacy can work when other world leaders gave up. His Nobel Peace Prize candidacy is grounded in tangible accomplishments, not political theatrics.
Thank you, Rachel. So, Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize. Bold, really bold. Like putting "world's greatest boss" on your LinkedIn profile, after firing half your staff. Let's get serious. Yes, there's a ceasefire. Yes, a few hostages were freed. But a one-time negotiation does not erase years of chaos. Trump's domestic and international track record is, shall we say, colorful. A peace prize isn't an award for being flashy on the world stage. It's for creating lasting peace. And just for fun, if we gave Nobel Peace Prizes for selfies with world leaders, he'd probably have a shelf full by now.
Thank you both. Let's move into the specifics, starting with the Gaza ceasefire.
The ceasefire represents a monumental achievement. Hostages were freed, and a framework for reconstruction and governance in Gaza was outlined. Leaders from Egypt, Qatar, and Turkey supported Trump's mediation. This is more than symbolic. It's structural. The plan includes phased demilitarization, deployment of an international stabilization force, and the first steps toward Palestinian self-governance. History will show that this was a decisive move in a region stuck in cycles of violence.
Oh yes, the famed 20-point peace plan. Let's just call it what it is. A diplomatically glossy to-do list on paper. Hostages were released. Wonderful. But the plan still relies on maybes, subject to approval, and if no one messes it up. And let's talk optics. The photo ops were perfect. Cameras flashing like paparazzi at the Oscars. Real peace is not measured in smiles for the cameras. It's measured in actual stability for civilians.
Marcus, it's true that hostages were released and the plan has Egyptian and Qatari endorsement. Ari, your comment about conditional elements is also accurate. Disarmament verification and phased implementation remain pending.
Ari, while you enjoy the theatrics, let's remember that every major peace agreement begins imperfectly. What matters is that Trump brought all parties back to the table after years of deadlock.
Sure. All parties back to the table. Cue applause. But we're still betting peace on people who historically don't keep promises. I'm a fan of optimism, but I prefer it grounded in reality, not red carpets.
Reports confirm that while the ceasefire framework exists, key Hamas security operations are ongoing, and full compliance is yet to be verified. Peace implementation is fragile at this stage.
Trump's mediation extends beyond Gaza. India and Pakistan, historically tense neighbors, have reduced border skirmishes after diplomatic nudges from the U.S. under Trump. He also encouraged renewed dialogue between Armenia and Azerbaijan over Nagorno-Karabakh. Trump's outreach to Gulf states has revitalized the Abraham Accords framework, offering a path to broader regional stability. This is not limited to flashy statements. These are tangible diplomatic touchpoints.
Ah yes, the global mediator. part world leader, part reality TV star. Pakistan nominated him for a Nobel Peace Prize, which is flattering if you like trophies before results. Armenia and Azerbaijan? Exploratory talks, not signed treaties, and the Abraham Accords reboot is mostly smoke and mirrors. Some Arab states are cautiously optimistic, others skeptical, especially as Gaza still smolders.
Marcus, Pakistan publicly nominated Trump, and talks in the South Caucasus have been initiated. Ari, your caution is valid. No comprehensive settlement has been finalized in Armenia, Azerbaijan.
The very fact that dialogues are happening where they were frozen for years is significant. Progress is iterative, not instant.
Iterative progress, sure. Like watching paint dry, only the paint might catch fire if someone sneezes. Diplomacy isn't just about talking. It's about actionable, enforceable agreements.
Current reports show no final settlement in the South Caucasus. Diplomatic engagement exists, but outcomes remain uncertain.
Let's pivot to the domestic stage. Peace abroad is undermined when a leader is divisive at home. Trump's rhetoric on immigration, race, and governance has polarized Americans. Tariffs and economic unpredictability have disrupted trade, angering allies. Moral authority matters for the Nobel Peace Prize, and he's weakened it domestically.
Ari, domestic politics is secondary to global peace. Many laureates had controversial domestic policies. Trump's leadership style is unconventional but effective. The ceasefire proves he can act beyond partisan gridlock.
Ah, yes. Effective, unconventional leadership. In other words, chaos with flair. I admire a man who keeps everyone guessing, but a Nobel Peace Prize isn't for being the Houdini of political theatrics.
Trump's domestic policies have indeed polarized American society. Economic disruptions from tariffs and trade policy are documented, and this may influence credibility in international eyes.
I concede he's polarizing, but sometimes shaking the system is what's needed to achieve results abroad.
And sometimes shaking the system just makes everyone spill coffee on the floor. Let's hope global civilians don't have to mop it up.
Ari humorously noted consequences. Policy analysts confirm that domestic division can influence international negotiation credibility.
Trump's America First policies reassert U.S. sovereignty and strengthen negotiation positions. Tariffs are strategic leverage, not chaos. Global stability benefits when America negotiates from a position of strength.
Leverage? You mean we'll slap you economically until you nod politely? Charming diplomacy. Allies like Germany, France, and Qatar have voiced frustration. And Ukraine? Mixed signals. Peace is fragile if you antagonize partners while patting yourself on the back.
Trump imposed tariffs on multiple nations, provoking economic friction. Some allies publicly criticized U.S. trade and foreign policy decisions.
Risk is part of leadership. Using leverage to create outcomes in Gaza demonstrates effective strategic thinking.
Effective if you like chess, where half the board sets itself on fire.
Using economic pressure can achieve negotiation leverage, but economists warn about collateral damage.
Trump's actions meet the essence of the Nobel criteria: fostering dialogue, achieving tangible results, and convening parties for peace. Signature moments, hostages freed, ceasefire signed, matter.
Yes, signature moments, like instant noodles diplomacy, quick, hot, and satisfying. But does it fill the stomach of lasting peace? Nobel Peace isn't for microwave solutions. It's for enduring, enforceable harmony.
The Nobel Peace Prize is intended for those who foster fraternity between nations and promote sustainable peace. Temporary agreements are notable, but may not fully meet the lasting peace criterion.
Temporary agreements often become foundations for lasting peace. Trump laid the groundwork. History may judge him fairly.
Groundwork is great, as long as it doesn't collapse like a poorly assembled IKEA shelf.
Within a year, Gaza's reconstruction can progress. Regional dialogue may expand, and Trump's framework could stabilize parts of the Middle East. Egypt and Gulf states are cautiously supportive. Even Europe may appreciate a U.S. that can force engagement where apathy once prevailed.
Reconstruction depends on compliance. Regional actors may rebel against perceived U.S. favoritism. Europe may remain skeptical, especially if domestic U.S. division continues. Nobel recognition now risks glorifying an unfinished effort.
While Trump's plan has international backing, sustainability depends on multiple actors. European allies have voiced cautious support, but remain skeptical. Domestic U.S. polarization could impact credibility.
Trump demonstrated bold leadership when others hesitated. Nobel recognition would honor risk-taking and tangible progress toward peace.
I'll end with this. History will judge actions, not selfies. Temporary agreements and flash diplomacy don't earn trophies. Lasting peace does. And if you hand him the prize now, well, he might post about it in all caps.
Thank you both. Tonight, we've explored achievements, critiques, humor, and hard facts. Whether Donald Trump deserves a Nobel Peace Prize remains contested, but the discussion underscores the complexities of modern diplomacy. If you liked our debate, please hit the like and subscribe button. Good night.